Yeah, hello. My name is Hari, and this is Dot Matrix. And it's been a while since I made a video. And today I'm going to visit night at 8 o'clock in India. And today I'm going to speak on the topic, which is meant very well in Asian past years, from modern age to Asian times to recent years. From from which to come is when you come from the Asian ages from 1013 BC, where people from various culture used various kinds of articles to make their empire. And after due course of time, after 400 years of BC, very first time Vasco da Gama in 1498 found India, which route got to the Calicut, which is in West Bengal. And that's was the first trade route which given the way for Indians and as well as the British and foreign countries to enter into the India. And after first trade which was made in 1498, and this was the first year where Vasco da Gama and the peoples around the villages where he found the land, traded with them, and made a good trade out of them. And this was the first meeting which was ever in history of whole life as far as India is concerned and other later colonies. And this was the first trade which was made in 1498 after due meanwhile of time. And after several trades using the boats which are fueled by an diesel or some other fossil fuel which was available. And after this was further carried out with 1664 English East India Company, which was very well started, started before the Battle of Plassey and Battle of Buxar, which was held on 1664 and 1657. And English East India Company was formed after the Battle of Buxar, and English East India Company, which was owned by Robert Clive, and he is the clerk of that famous English East India Company. And thereon the trade was started, and this was the first company which was established by the English in Indian nation. And then after it was carried out with normal practices which was laid by the Indians, and as well as the colonies with the good understood treaties. And as far as the trade is concerned, spices and other products like spices and other things which was available in India was transported mainly to the foreign countries, and as well as it was exchanged from the other countries too. And after the meanwhile of time, there was a fight between the English East India Company and the other regions. English East India Company, why it was established, and it was a big problem for British Empire to establish their colonies in India. And this was the first cause for the First World War of Independence, which is considered, which was further not decided as an result of it. And after that, the French East India Company was introduced as a result of this. And on 16 later basis, since 1668 French East India Company was established, and this was established in Pondicherry. And this was mainly because of the fight between the British East India Company and the Indian territories which was present there. And as far as after 1780, 1784, 1780s was mixed with all territories concerned. And the main event which was fought on 1807 Pottersville Mutiny, where peoples were distributed, and peoples on the Sepoy Mutiny was held over, and many peoples fought for that. And this was mainly caused due to the misunderstanding of the British sepoys and the Indian army, Indian territory. And the result of which was caused in 1757 Great Revolt. And this was ended with the Queen India Proclamation, with the 1858 Queen India Proclamation. And as far as the Queen India Proclamation is concerned, without the Queen Viceroy, without the as far as you read as a background as you read on the websites and other details are very much related to it, or very much related to the British rule over the India. And then after on then after the rule was carried out with the Queen India Proclamation, has Queen India Proclamation said, which is very important for all Indians and all culture based communities and other Indian areas, because India is the one captured by the British and it was colonized for several years, and it was been portrayed like there was no trade, or they were being slave colonies. As far as colonies concerned, has everywhere. No, colonies is a country where colonized peoples get colonized because of because they are being treated as an home for an British countries, and colonies, especially when you consider in the meaning tone, and the colonies are the territories of the opposite nation for their welfare and other storage item, and it is mostly treated as a slave, and this is maybe acceptable by many parts of the territories. And finally 1664 and 16 French East India Company and Great Revolt of 57, and Great Revolt of 57, which was carried by Bhagat Singh, and Bhagat Singh mainly because of the two religious mislead what we call as grease cartridges, and use of grease cartridges on the rifles was also the cause of this. And finally, which was 1858 Magna Carta was carried out, and it was held till the world till INC was formed in 1888, and INC Indian National Congress was formed, and Indian National Congress was formed, and 1878 vernacular press was enacted for Indian people to not to talk in vernacular language. And thereon the country's progress was carried out, and the trade was very much smooth. And finally on 1905, partition of Bengal was happened, where Bengal was divided and Viceroy Governor of Bengal was made, and this was mainly due to the dominance of the British as well as the Indians who was trained by the British, and the Jamindar system was formed. Jamindar system, as you know, peoples were divided into Jamindars and low landlords, and who possesses the land for their cultivation, and which was resold in the countries as well. And finally 1905, and this was the freedom approaching moment, where 1920s, 1922s, 1977 were important events like Chowri Chowra and Lucknow Pact, and all was enacted by Lord Gandhi, by Mahatma Gandhi, which was called as Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, where we see him today on papers on and as well as the currency note, which you see on till today. Till today, you see him as an Mahatma Gandhi, which is on the right side. I could not say right side of the note. And after that, Irwin Pact was formed by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, and 1930, 1931, 1992, three roundtable conference was formed in Britain, and which was successfully completed. And as well as after 1945 and 1947, where Second World War come to the end, and 1947 people got freedom on 15th August at 12 o'clock, and after that, as you see, it is based upon the last Mount pattern, who was the Viceroy of India, carried out all those things. And as you see him in shots and other videos, he used to say that very very good note proverb, like as you catch a fish, as you was gotten by a snake or other creatures, and what is your result on a fraction of time or at present moment. And it is an good shots which you come across. And after that, it was carried on the same note. And on 1948, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi was assassinated by Godse, and this was also an coincidence. This was a murder of an British or Indian people. This is mainly because of his I do not know how to tell it, because the death of the Gandhiji was on 30th January 1948, and there on the Indian Constitution was enacted, and it was performed as well as meant by the Constitution till to date, 2025, where Pradhamar PM Modi has been doing all those good and welfare schemes for the people of country in correct and right basis, on appropriate manner, and this would be carried forward in future generations also. Thank you. This is Dot Matrix, and I have made this video to just tell the freedom struggle which was carried for nearly 150 years, 150 years, which is partly near a century and an half century, 1 plus 1.5 centuries. Thank you.